Hey you guys, you asked me to make a rant video about women, and so I'm going to do my best. However, because of the nature of men-female relationships, I don't often get triggered by women. The reason is that my rant videos are largely the result of things that guys I don't even know do by text or email. you know? And women don't contact me by text or email. It's just guys. And I get annoyed when guys I don't know try to get something from me. And that's what my rant videos are mostly about. Someone who had sex with me and ghosted me, or someone who um, tried to slide into my DMs or tried to make an appointment and didn't keep it. So it's guys wanting me sexually that piss me off, or guys not that I don't find guys dating sexually. So it's all has to do around romance and sex. The number of rants I made about men that didn't involve romance or sex, I don't even know if I've made any. And so therefore, I haven't made rant videos about women. Furthermore, um, with women, there's more like a cooperative thing. And when my friendships with women end, it's kind of like one of us ends it, and I understand. I don't make a rant video. I don't feel like women have plundered me or used me, but there are some things I do not tolerate in my friendships with women, and there are things that I look for. And I think what you guys were trying to get at with your question was, Sharzad, you've said so many bad things about men. We can't be all that bad. Aren't women bad too? And yes, I'm going to soothe your heart. Women are bad too, and they do bad things to men. So I'm going to talk about this in two sections. One is my own experience with women, which is what I look for in my friendships and what I don't tolerate, and then also what you should look for in women that you're dating. Okay, because it's different. See, because the guys that fucked me and ghosted me are not going to ghost you. They might be your drinking buddies, okay? Or the guy who hits me up for an appointment and doesn't follow up, he could be the guy you play soccer with and have a great relationship with. So the way that people show up in their intersexual relationships is not the way they show up at work or with their buddies, okay? I have ended friendships with women who, over the years, I've really worked on my friendships, and there are certain things I do not tolerate, and there are certain things I require. Women haven't ghosted me, but I've had experiences with women that I was, in my book, The Fuck List, when I was hooking up. There was a woman who was really controlling. She kept telling me how I felt and what I should do. She kept telling me how I felt, and I didn't like that. It felt very controlling. She felt controlling. I didn't like that. Critical women, I don't allow that either. Women who need to drink a lot. So I've had some friends that I was trying to make friends with, but every time we went out, they ended up getting drunk. I don't like that. No. I ended my friendship with a woman recently who kept sending, like, to all of her girlfriends during the week, have a great day kind of messages. But that kind of intimacy and desire for connection was just words, because when I wanted to meet, if I wanted to meet for lunch and coffee, she wasn't interested. So there was no integrity between her desire to connect and her actual ability to connect. So that was a turnoff. And I finally had the guts to tell her not to text me. I don't like those texts, although I loved hanging out with her. And she said that we're just too different and we can't hang out anymore. And she blocked me. Now, she was also one of my only friends I've ever had who had done this, facelift and fake tits. And those are both big turnoffs to me. I don't like women who do the Botox, the facelift, and the fake tits. I don't like that. To me, that indicates phoniness and fakeness, and I'm all about being real. So I also recently got rid of some friends who were financially incompetent, that they were not responsible with their finances, their living situation, and their money. I also recently got rid of some friends who were always having drama in their life. So every time we talk, there's a problem with, the siblings, or a problem with that friend, or a problem with the boss, or a problem with some guy, like there was always drama and problem. And so I look for friends who, like, we all have a certain energy state that we feed on. A lot of people feed on fear and anger. Those are the emotional states they want. That's where a lot of people are so scared about the what thing we can't say. The thing that makes people wear this, like they're feeding on fear, like over exaggerated, like there's fear in them and they're looking for things to feed on. Kim Kardashian feeds on drama and gossip and attention seeking and validation. So I don't like to be around women who thrive and everything around them is always drama and validation, because that's what they need and that's what they feed on, and so that's what they create and talk about and attract. And I don't want that bullshit toxic shit in my life. If you also, if women have like anxiety or depression or mental health issues, I don't want your drama, because I'm whole and I want to be around other people who are whole. I'm kind of uncomfortable, like I'm middle income, so I'm not that comfortable with people who are like homeless and super poor, or people who are like very rich. I wouldn't feel very comfortable at a fundraiser for the opera or something, or a party on a big yacht. So I don't have any friends like that. I would, but I also have like a predetermined idea that those people are really superficial and selfish to get there, and I like people who are like authentic and kind. That's important to me. I like women who are physically fit. Not all my friends are, but I like that in a woman, that she has the discipline, the strength. I like strong, independent women who are kind and sweet. That's what I really like. Strong, independent women who are kind and sweet, and their sweetness is shown. They have pets or children that they're loving. They're nice to me, and our conversations are fun and uplifting. Yesterday, for example, some of you might know that I'm friends with another YouTuber named Tranquility. And yesterday we were going to have a 20-minute phone call, and we ended up talking for 2 hours because she's just so fun to talk to, and she's upbeat and positive, and we're talking and laughing. But when I talk to my sister, I'm always upset on the phone because my sister brings me a shit ton of drama. She doesn't listen when I talk. It's always the same drama. I've listened for decades of her drama, and so I'm not talking to her anymore. So I really have been like changing my friends around a lot and thinking about what kind of people do I want in my life, and how do I want to feel? Like today my son called me. He's like, Mom, why are you not talking to your sister? Why are you giving her the silent treatment? Because she called me. She wants to talk with you. I said, I'm sure she does want to talk to me because she loves dumping on me. And it's not a silent treatment. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship with her, and I don't have to be, because I just get upset. My ex-husband used to say, I don't like when you talk to your sister because you're upset, and then you bring that upsetness into our family, into our home. So you got to think about the women that you're with, how you feel when you're with them, and how you feel afterward. Do you feel alive, inspired, moved? Do you feel more in with your heart? Do you feel like, does her beauty inspire you, or is she bringing you drama? Is she trying to just take your money? Is she gossiping? Do you have to like hold her hand and reassure her and regulate her moods? Do you feel responsible for her? Like, do you feel uplifted, or do you feel depleted? Do you feel like she's adding to your life, or do you feel distraught from her? Do you feel distraught, or do you feel uplifted? Women can have contempt, alcohol issues, drug issues. You want to look for a woman who has, she's got some kind of a spiritual and a physical practice, like yoga, church, meditation, breathing. It's even more important for women because we're more emotional and we're more social. So A woman should have like some friends or family that give her an outlet and social structure. You got to check out her friends, and she's got to have a whole system in place that is her support network that she can go to, so she's not always going to you for her problems. She shouldn't be like a shit show of problems. You don't want to shit. And guys, you have to differentiate between hotness and beauty. Hotness is a woman who's just showcasing her sexual availability. You know, she's got a bunch of curves. She's wearing a tiny little dress with her pussy barely almost sticking out, her ass sticking out with these high heels, and she's signaling sexuality. You know, she wants validation. She's all up posting her photos all over the fucking place, and she's signaling sexual availability. And that's a girl that a lot of guys want. Wounded men want that. Wounded men. That's where a lot of these athletes go for these women, because they have issues too. Their dads were gone. They were raised by moms. They have issues. A healthy man that's looking for a relationship is going to look for beauty, like a Kate Middleton beauty. And that's what I go for, beauty. I'm not like the most beautiful woman in the world, but the way that I conduct myself, on my Just for Fans, I'm a little slut on there half the time, but I'm supposed to be. But when I'm out in public and when I make my videos, you know, the way I'm dressed, I want to be beautiful and classy, and that, you know, I want to be seen as a mom or a woman that a guy might want to marry, or a mom. That's my go-to mode. That's how I saw my mom dress, my stepmom. That's how I conduct myself. After my divorce, I used to post some sexy photos of myself because I was like, oh, I'm single and all this. And I didn't realize that it was just making men treat me like a little slut. So I'm back to how I used to dress. Like right now, I'm getting ready to go out grocery shopping, but I'm wearing like jeans, and I have this cute little flannel shirt I'm going to be wearing over it. So I'm going to be covered. I'm going to be wearing boots. I don't walk around in high heels and mini skirts. So guys, you want to avoid a woman who is constantly needing to be on social media when you go out. She's needing to post everything. You want a woman who can be present with you and have an authentic conversation. That's what I look for in my female friends. Can you have an authentic sharing conversation about what you're struggling with or what you discovered? You know, you don't need to drink. We can do it sober. A lot of my friends don't drink. Usually when I go out with my friends, I have a glass of wine. Most of them don't even drink. I'm thinking about, like, none of them even drink or barely ever drink. So that's fine. How do you feel when you're around her? I think I said everything. Like, so the woman should have her own means of providing for herself. She should either be in school or working. She's got a good social network of friends that you look up to. None of them are skanky sluts. She doesn't thrive on drama. She has fun conversations with you about what she's cooking or what she's doing or what she read or something fun that happened at the gym or at work. There's no reason that a woman should come home after work and lay in on you and dump all the bad shit that happened at work. I don't do that. If you asked me about a day at work, I would tell you all the great stuff. And that's how I've always been, like a woman with a good attitude. Because I don't care how fucking hot she is. If you got to deal with that after a year and she's like a drama queen, it's going to suck. Kanye West once thought Kim Kardashian was good to fuck and to wed. But look, she's a shit show. Drama, validation seeking, narcissistic shit show. And I bet he's sorry that he ever married her. So you guys got to think with more than your dick. You want to look for a woman who's mentally, emotionally, and physically healthy. She gets up early. She works out. She has something going on. She's got friends. She's got a spiritual practice. She's happy with her life. And when you're around her, you feel more open, free to be yourself. She supports you. She looks up to you. She's kind to you. She's not critical. She's not narcissistic. She's not anxious or depressed or alcoholic or financially irresponsible. And like all of my friends now are financially responsible. Like one of them just bought an investment property, another investment property. And I used to have friends that were so broke I had to pay for their dinner. Like I am up leveling my friends. Now, the woman buying an investment property doesn't help me, but it's about the quality of the people I'm around, that they're intentional with their time and their energy. And especially if you're going to be in a relationship with someone, you don't want a woman who's spending all of her money buying expensive purses. Does she have a savings account? Does she pay her bills on time? Is her car registration even paid? How clean is her house? I mean, these are all things that matter, and those things matter to me. Like, I don't want to go over to some woman's house that's all a mess with, food all over the floor or an ashtray or a smoker. Like, I don't want that. I don't have any friends like that. My friends are the women that I have as friends. I don't know, they might not be your type to date, but they're all into some kind of health things. They're concerned with their health and their eating and their fitness. They're authentic. They like to have deep conversations. They also like to have fun, and um, yeah, they're self-expressed. I mean, I wouldn't say any of them are tens looks wise, but a 10 isn't going to be everything that you want, because a lot of these women that are like fucking tens, they're shit shows when it comes to their mental and emotional health, and they're constantly seeking validation from men. See, I'm not a 10, so I had to work on my personality. Um, I always had to work on my personality somewhat, because I was taught when I was little, my dad taught me, I don't know if he said it, but I picked it up, that as a woman, the most important things that a man would want is that a woman is beautiful, intelligent, and kind. Kind, nice, sweet, feminine. I lumped that all together. Um, Attractive, like grooming, dress, physical fitness, how we eat and take care of our health, and intelligent, like educated, like I have a master's degree. Like I've tried to make myself appealing for men. Intelligent, someone who reads, I love reading, someone who learns, and then nice, like, and then I would just avoid any woman who has to constantly be right, who has to criticize you, who doesn't, who's late for dates, a woman who can never apologize. These are all red flags. I would run, run, run. Anyone who's had childhood trauma or was sexually abused, I would run the hell away, unless she's done a lot of therapy, because I've seen these guys in my escort appointments. The wife was sexually abused and there is no sex happening at all, or very limited in the dark. There are no blowjobs, no oral on her. Um, it's very, you're going to be, that's what there. And a lot of those women do not want to look at that. 1/3 of women are sexually abused. I would stay way away from that. Or they're hypersexualized, and then that's another problem. Like, you got to find a woman who's emotionally healthy. Um, a lot of women are critical of men, or they hate men, or they're very aggressive. Like my sister is very aggressive. I didn't. That's one other thing I didn't like about her. And then I met a new friend at a live music event recently, and then she asked for my number, and then she would just call me and be very aggressive, like, "Hey, can you meet now?" or "Hey, can we get together?" And I was like, "Oh my god, like that is just way too aggressive for me." Like I just didn't like that. I like people who are just a little bit more calm on the inside, like not nervous, not aggressive. But in the end, I think you have to ask about, if you just remember that we become influenced by the 5 people we're most around in our life, and that, to think like, how do I feel around this person? Does this person engage with me and listen? And usually you should let the woman do most of the talking and you listen, usually in a relationship. But she shouldn't do all the talking, and she should listen to what you say and not interrupt you. Um, you ought to feel respected, appreciated, and that it's fun to be with this person, that you look forward to seeing this person. And that's how I feel about my friends. And if they say if they can't make it, they can't make it, Um, and guys, a woman who's interested in you is going to be very responsive. If she doesn't reply to you, forget the hell out of that, because it's in our nature to be more responsive. It's in our nature to be responsive. So in any kind of romantic situation, she ought to be responding to you. And some of my girlfriends don't respond right away because they're busy, but I'm sure they're responding faster to a guy that they like. She ought to be responsive to you and interested in you. And if not, cut your losses and move on. And finally, guys, be honest with women. If you're just trying to get her pussy and she's not interested, just leave her alone. Cause I don't like guys hanging out with me just because they want my body, and that's why I don't have any male friends. I don't believe in that, but you might. So drop your comments below. Let me know what you think, and have a happy Monday, everyone.